What up, dude? Welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out Podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Professor Kurt Steele. Hey, the Detroit Lions face off against the Super Bowl champs on Sunday Night Football. On today's show, we look at how the Detroit Lions can go into Philly and pull off the upset. But do the channel a quick favor. Like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things help us with the YouTube algorithm and gets our content out to more Lions fans like yourself. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 3,100 subscribers and currently sit at 3,070. But first, shout out to our channel members. If you don't know who they are, here they go. Our channel members are T-Bone Locke, Sean Bird, Lauren Vander Esch, Brent DeWitt, Miss Mary Smith, Big John Martin, Kukayam, Kenneth Sabo, the Doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. Derek Matthews, my man North End Ken, and Courtney Nicholson. Thank you all for contributing to the channel, man, and being members of our network here at the Boss Up Ball Out Podcast. Of course, man, we love you guys, your support. You get some good benefits. If you want to become a channel member, please click the link in the description of this video or on the homepage of our YouTube channel. But if you're new to our channel and you don't know how our show works, we look at Detroit Lions news, headlines, or takes. If we agree, we say they are bossed up with that big blade dance. If we disagree, we say it is balled on. No hot takes here. We just say what we believe, man, our true thoughts and opinions. But for live shows, we do it a little bit differently, man. I want you guys to contribute. I want you to put hashtag bossed up if you agree with what I'm saying, or hashtag balled on if you disagree with what I'm saying. Put it on the screen and talk about it, man. As always, just this natural debate and our true thoughts and opinions about what's going on with our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. So let's see who's in the chat this morning, man. What is going on this morning? My man Dan from Lions Talk Live is in the building. Good morning, Dan. Morning, bosses from my fellow veteran, Brent DeWitt. Salute to you, my guy. The Queen, Miss Mary, is in the building, man. Good morning, Boss Up, Ball Out. Happy Friday, everyone. Of course, man. My man, Lauren Vander Esch, very good member of the Boss Up, Ball Out family, man, saying, what up, dude? What up, dude? What up, dude? And good morning to everyone. Art says, good morning to everyone. Henry Moore, my fellow veteran. Good morning, my man. He's saying good morning to me, man. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. My guys over at We Are Lions Nation podcast. Go check those guys out, man. That's my dude over there, man. You got my the guys over there, Andy, and then of course, man, I forget the young fella's name, man. But go check those guys out, man. They do a great job over there on their show, man. And the Soul Man being there, getting it, man. Andrew Souls, man. So go check those guys out. All right, yeah, man. Lions need to dub, my dog. Hey, I believe you, man. Southwest Lion was in the building as well, saying hello to everyone. All right, so this morning, what are we going to talk about? How can the Detroit Lions go into Philly and get the victory? Well, let's put something up on the screen here. We're going to talk about the offensive side first, so let's talk about that. How the Lions offense can get this win versus the Eagles. And let's put a little something on the stage right here, man. Of course, looking at this chart, man, some things that stand out to you. Like a lot of the stuff that's ranked, the Detroit Lions are ranked higher in the league than the Philadelphia Eagles, even though the Eagles are 7-2 and the Lions are 6-3. Now, here's my thing on offensive side of the ball. The Lions bring that 6th ranked rushing offense into Financial Field. Well, League of Financial Field, excuse me. The Link, as they call it, to take on that Eagles 19th ranked run defense. Now, Detroit is coming off one of their best performances on the ground of the season at 226 yards last week versus the Washington Commanders. And with Dan Campbell calling the plays, I think it will stick to be a focal point for the Lions is the run game. We're going to start with the run against the Eagles because of the fact that even though they have a solid front, their run defense isn't the same as it was last year. They don't have the same, it just isn't. They're giving up a good amount of yards on the ground. I mean, you look at the chart here. Their run defense is ranked 19th in the league, giving up 118 yards per game. Hey, we can take advantage of that, definitely. So I'm looking at this matchup. I'm like, okay, we got a little bit of a matchup where we can take advantage of this for the Detroit Lions offense. And then let's look at the next thing, man. In the passing game, the Eagles have an issue in the middle of their defense, right? And the Packers had a few opportunities on some deep crossing routes that they just missed on. One was Romeo Doubs was wide open in the middle of the field, and Jordan Love just didn't throw the ball. That ain't gonna happen with Jared Goff. He gonna let that thing go. And this is an area where you can get St. Brown, J-Mo, and Laporta can get loose if Laporta plays. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. And I think the Lions offensive line right now is definitely better. Is healthier than Green Bay's offensive line. So I think we're going to be in a better position to attack the Eagles' 14th ranked pass defense on Sunday. I think Jared Goff can have a big game on Sunday Night Football. He likes to play, definitely play on primetime games, man. So, he's been doing his thing. One concern for me is the red zone. Now, and the reason why I say that is because both teams are really good in the red zone, where the Lions rank 4th in efficiency, and Philadelphia ranks 4th in stopping offenses in the red zone. So this may be probably the best matchup of the series. Of this game is the actual when the Lions get in the red zone. Can they score on Philadelphia's defense, or can Philadelphia shut down the Lions' offense? So let me know what you guys think in the chat. Y'all know how we get down, man. Do you guys think that the Lions defense Lions offense can handle the Eagles? They're not the same defense as they were last year. They just aren't. They're not as they don't have as good as pass rush, and their secondary isn't the same. So what do you guys think? Put it in the chat. Let's talk about it. Let's see who else is in the building this morning. My man, LL Cool Torrance, man, WTMN TV. That's my guy. Say what up to my man, LL, this morning. All right, Miss Mary Smith says, question, why when we as players have a great game, next week we end up on an IR or injury? You know what, Mary? It's a game of fruition, man. NFL is a collision sport. So, you got these guys, these big athletes running into each other at full speed. People talking about it's a contact sport. No, it's not a contact sport. It's a collision sport, Mary. And sometimes you got some guys that's going to get banged up a little bit. A lot of guys are, they're practicing. They're just in a limited capacity. I think you'll see more guys practicing full today. I just think they're just giving those guys a rest. All right, next up, we got Southwest Lions. Comes down to the Lions' O-line scheme and winning your one-on-ones. Get the ball, J-Mo and Gibbs on the move and shallow crosses and slants, and doesn't have to be deep. I understand that. I think there's one thing that was evident with Dan Campbell calling the plays, man, that he was getting. You look at the touchdown by Gibbs earlier, there was an angle route or the Texas route or whatever they call it. It was that short crossing route across the middle of the field. And you saw what J-Mo could do when he actually started targeting him across some of those drag routes and some of those in cuts. He was eating those guys up. I don't think there's a cornerback in the league that can hang with him one-on-one going across the field. We're going to see if Quinyon Mitchell is that guy, if he's that fast. I don't think he is, but we'll see where he lines up. And I know Cooper DeJean's not, so we'll see. But I don't think there's a cornerback in the league that can hang with him on cross routes. All right, here we go. Motown Mitch says, what up, though, man? It's still just, blaming you for the loss to the Vikings. No more vacations. Oh, man, I don't want to be to blame for that, Motown, man. But I watched, man. I had to watch on my laptop because it wasn't showing on where I was vacationing and that. So it was kind of hard, man, to me I had to kind of I was watching it and it was like I was behind in the game. But yeah, good effort by the Lions, man. But I made it home just in time for the Commanders game on Sunday. All right, Hookadoo says the way the Lions play on the road, Campbell calling the plays is going to be an eye opener for the Eagles. Hookadoo, I think so. I think so, man. I don't think And I think Sirianni gonna have his guys ready to play, but I don't think this is the same Eagles team as last year. Now I'm not saying that we're gonna go in and road grade those guys. I just think that it's gonna be a tougher matchup than what they expect in Philadelphia. All right, Motown Mitch says again. I mean, you came back from vacation and we destroyed the Commanders. Just saying, yeah, I did, man. I came back and I was watching, man. It was a good time watching that game on Sunday afternoon when I got back from my trip, man. So it was good, man. Hey, man, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All this help us get this content out to more Detroit Lions fans like yourself. You know that Boss Up Ball Out merch shop is now available. You can find a link in the description of this video and on the homepage of our YouTube channel, man. Put in the code Boss Up Ball Out 10 at checkout. When you spend $45, you get 10% off an item. Channel members, here's that exclusive for you. You get 15% off your total order. Check the community tab or for the discount code or the link for the coupon for your discount, man. We appreciate all your support right there in the Boss Up Ball Out merch shop. All right, so we got to switch sides of the ball because, of course, we're going to talk about the offense. We got to talk about how the Lions can get it done on the defensive side of the ball, and we got to look at some things that the Lions can do to get this win on defense. What Shepard and his crew can get this win versus the doggone Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are not the same offense, despite having most of the same personnel. Now, that offensive line for the Eagles is banged up. So their production is not the same as last season. They were ranked number 2 in the run offense last season. This season, they're 21st. That is not the same offense. Detroit Lions is ranked 8th in run defense. So they still have a challenge of slowing down Saquon Barkley because that dude is still him. So don't sit here and sleep on Saquon thinking we just can go in there and just bottle him up all game. They're going to have to put in the work. He led the league last season in rushing, but this year he is 15th in rushing. That is not Saquon Barkley. That's not the Eagles offense. Shep's defense will have to be on point to keep 26 in check. Now, one of my reasons why I believe that the Eagles defense isn't the offense isn't the same. They changed coordinators again, man. You look at it, it's going to be some things, just like they said with the John Morton taking over, and you see what happened. There was some, last game where Dan Campbell took over that play calling again, man. But just look at how they are on the offensive side of the ball, man. They're 12th in points, 23rd in total offense, man. 21st in run, 25th in passing. Third down, they're 27th. The one thing they do is they when they get in the red zone, they're gonna push it into the end zone, man. Of course, we know that touch push, man. But we have some things that we can get into that we can take advantage of as the Detroit Lions defense against this Eagles offense. Another thing is looks like the Lions secondary is gonna be the Legion of Whom again this weekend. With the injuries, they're gonna be shorter at corner and safety. And it's going to be key to that Shep and Deshae Thompson have those guys in that secondary ready to roll, because this could be the game where you can see a breakout by A.J. Brown. He's been itching for a breakout performance. Now, I will say this. They're going to have to get after Jalen Hurts, and that is going to be up to the Detroit Lions front seven. They're going to have to ball him up, keep him in the pocket. You know what he does with his legs. Aiden Hudson already said this is an important game for the Lions. It's a must win. And he says that it is absolutely paramount that they come in and get this win. And I believe that for their seeding in the NFC. And of course, you just want to beat. Dan Campbell has not beat the Eagles since he's been the Lions head coach. He's 0-2. But I think it's an opportunity to come in and do that on primetime football Sunday night in Philadelphia. They're going to have to put a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts because of the fact that we're so beat up in the secondary. And that solid pass rush is going to have to get after Hurts to keep him from going downfield to Devontae Smith and to A.J. Brown, because they can take advantage of the gaps in their defense, man, when we have those Legion of Whom out there. I think ultimately this game comes down to, like I said, getting that pressure on Jalen Hurts, man, and keeping him in the pocket, kind of like the same way they did with Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield, man. You got to play that good shell, keep them in there, keep a spy on them, and just get after them. Be aggressive on the defensive side of the ball. So, what do you guys think, man, on how the Lions can get going into Lincoln Financial on defense and get this win? Let's bring up some comments, man. Let's see who's definitely in the chat here. Well, what my man says. Okay, all right. We got landed. Honestly, I believe the way the Eagles' offense has been playing, our defense can beat their offense. Man, their offense is literally two players. Yeah, Devontae Smith and Saquon Barkley right now. We bring the same play calling last week. We got this. Okay, I feel you, man. Andy Souls, man, my guy over there. We have Lion Nation podcast. So, man, the Porter out is going to hurt us, but we still can win. All right, Brent DeWitt, I feel you, man. We'll talk about him in a minute. I'm going on vacation starting today, so Lions don't win this week. You can blame me. Man, I don't want that more time, Mitch, man. Eagles are the top dog. They've beaten Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Rams, Chiefs. This will be a good win, a good one for the Lions to get. I believe that wholeheartedly, Southwest Lion. All right, Eagles fans want their OC fired. You know what? They have some of the same issues that we're having. Even though they're winning, they're not winning like they're used to winning. So I feel you. I feel what they're saying on that, Brent DeWitt. Yeah, I don't blame them after all, Brent. That's how we felt about Morton. Yep. Toughest test so far this season. Should be a great game. I believe it will be with Dan Campbell at the helm. I don't think they give Hutch more plays off, so he has enough left in the. I do think they need to give. You know what, Southwest and Calvin Shepard addressed this one of his pressers the other probably a couple weeks ago. He said it's hard to get Hutch off the field. He said, "I want you to go in and see how see if he wants to come out the field and see what he says." So, yeah, maybe they do. I don't think they do that, but when we will see. Southwest Line says agree. Southwest, my warrior also. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Enjoy your vacation, Motown from Broski Bear. All right. Game got flexed to 425. Which game got flexed to 425? Which game are we talking about? I know it ain't this one. So, Lions need to tighten up their special teams coverage, man. If the Eagles get great starting position, man, it will be worse than the Vikings are. You know what, Broski Bear? I gave the Lions special teams the kickoff coverage. The kickoff coverage got my ball on player of the week last week, man. That kickoff coverage was horrible against the Commanders, man. We were not doing well. Okay. Our game got flexed at 425. Did it? That's the first I'm hearing about that. Let's see. Let's see the schedule. I'm gonna pull it up right quick. No, it's 8:20. I don't know what you're seeing there, Lauren. It's 8:20. Okay, never mind. You're wrong. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute, man. That ain't right. All right, broski. The Lions special team. Here we go. Lions special teams coverage has not been very good lately, for sure. I will agree with you 100%, broski. That our kickoff for coverage was terrible. All right. All right. Okay. He said he was wrong. It's all good. We'll leave that alone. All right. 313 Thug Living is saying that the score is going to be 36-17 Lions. Okay. No way you got get him off the field. Yeah, Andy, man. You can't. That guy, his motor, man. He didn't get him off the field for nothing, man. He never gets tired. So I mean, he maybe gets a little winded, but he ain't tired. All right, so I predict that Hutch, McNeil, and Muhammad will have a big night. I think they could have a big night. All right. Hey, man, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things help us get this content out to more Detroit Lions fans like yourself. Hey, that Boss Up Ball Out podcast is brought to you by who? W Energy Drink. Y'all see the logo up there on the screen. Packed with brain boosting amino acids and vitamins, of course, no sugar. And it gets you pumped for tackling your daily tasks. Try all the new flavors. They got a ton of them, and they just restocked their inventory over at W. It costs you about $1 a drink. It's a great alternative to coffee or canned beverages with no crashes or jitters. Look, check out the video description for the link to buy W. Use that code BOSSOUTBALLOUTPOD for 10% off of your order. Power your day with W. Man, got to get that W in there, man. All right, so let's kind of look at some injury updates for the Lions. Let's put this on the screen, man. Let's put this on the screen. Now we got to do it the big way. Just looking at this, man, it's one of those things where let me put it back on the screen. All right, so it is. I know it's kind of small here, but I'll kind of go over some key points of the injury report from yesterday. Looks like the Lions will be again without all-pro safety Kirby Joseph against the Eagles. Terrion Arnold probably not going to play in this game. He's a long shot because he's still in the concussion protocol. Sandler Porter has not practiced the last 2 days with that back injury. I think if he returns today, he may have a shot at playing. Pat O'Connor is dealing with a knee injury for the past few days. I don't think he'll play unless he practices today as well. The biggest news of the week, man, is DJ Reed and Marcus Davenport returning to practice this week. Both those guys say they're ready to get out there on the field. I don't see it. They've both been limited all week. I don't see either one of those playing. The only player I see coming back from injury this week, and we'll see what the transaction report will say that today, is Malcolm Rodriguez, man. He's been a full participant all week. Good to have him back on special teams, like my man Rodrigo, and like we offers as far as depth at linebacker as well. So that's the guy I kind of see coming back and playing this week. But if you look at it, man, we got a lot of guys coming back. You got let me pull this one thing up again. You have DJ Reed, his window just opened up. You have Malcolm Rodriguez is still in his window. Josh Pascal, Marcus Davenport. There's a lot of guys that are going to be returning here soon to the Lions, man. They're going to have some good depth going into the postseason. So I'm loving what that into that backstretch of the season. So loving what I'm seeing right now. Lions first place team going to get some guys back. You know, you got some other guys banged up, but it's not. I don't think it's nothing too serious. But nothing long term. But you got some guys that are going to be hitting that the practice field and going to be coming back. So I'm loving what I'm seeing on the injury updates. What do you guys think about the injury updates, man? All right, so let's look at what we got, coming back into the chat here. All right, so Southwest Lions says sometimes you have to protect players from themselves. You absolutely do. You got Marcus Davenport saying, I'm ready to come back now. No, you need to come back at like the last couple games of the season, like maybe that one in Minnesota, and then skip Chicago because I don't want you to get hurt out there in the cold. So, and then we'll say you for the playoffs. It says about it winning St. Brown jersey from this Lions dub. Okay. Hey, that's what's up. Hookadoo says 34-24 Lions roar. I feel you, brother. I feel you on that. All right, what we got here? You are spot on, Kurt. Is about containment and the amount of time you have to give them to throw pressure. Yeah, absolutely, man. Because Jalen Hurts, he doesn't throw the ball a lot, but he can pick you apart if you give him the time. And you're gonna have to pressure him, and then you're gonna have to contain him because that dude he makes plays with his legs, man. And we're gonna have to keep him at bay. So you're gonna have to, use those big linebackers like Jack Campbell and Nowatzki and Derek Barnes and those guys and Alexander Lonzy to get him on the ground because you just can't arm tackle a guy like Jalen Hurts. That dude squats like 7,000 pounds. So you got to make sure you get him to the ground and for sure tackle that dude. He said, just seems like the Lions have so many injuries, the most NFL teams. Is it forward field, the way they practice, et cetera? It's just bad luck. I think it's just bad luck, man. But a lot of teams are dealing with a lot of injuries this year. You look at the team we just played, the Commanders, man, they are broke up. You look at the Packers. The Packers aren't the same Packers we played in week one. They're beat up and have some injuries on their offensive line as well. You look at any team across the league, man, look at the Chargers, man. They've lost multiple starting offensive tackles, man. So it's just what it is, man. It's a collision sport. You're gonna have those injuries, man. Do they have an ambulance on standby for Davenport? You know what? I think they should have something in place where I don't think he should play any outside games right now. Everything should be indoors so we can make sure we can have an ambulance backed up at the bay at all times, man, for him. Heard there's going to be some rotation of new players. I think it is going to be some players rotating in, man. Kerry, looking at just the amount of players coming back off of injury. So there's going to be some players leaving the roster, probably going back down to the practice squad. Some practice squad guys are going to be cut. So, but you're going to have some guys that's going to be leaving this roster here real quick when some of the starters come back. Yeah, the ambulance. That's funny. Our run game may be able to take us to the win. I think so, Art. I look at what Dan Campbell did last week and what I think what the game plan will be this week. That Philly defense gives up yards. They gave up over 100 yards to the Packers last week. They gave up 78 to Josh Jacobs, and Josh Jacobs is a good back, but their offensive line is hurting. You look at how they were rotating in and out on the offensive line for the Packers last week. The Lions' offensive line is pretty healthy. Even with Yodi playing left guard, which I think is his best position on the offensive line, man. I think we can get that push, man. Of course, running behind Ratledge and Sewell. It's always good. So I like that. I think one issue is, Jordan Davis and those guys and the Carter up front, man. They can get a good push, man. But if we can contain them up front and get some good running lanes, I think the run game could take us a long way in this matchup. Yeah, that dude could squat a lot. I mean, we've been watching him squat, Mary, since his days in high school and definitely in college when he was at Alabama and, of course, at Oklahoma. We said getting these players back is going to be awesome, man. Can't wait to see Rodrigo back. Yeah, I mean, and this is the opposite of last year where we were getting more injured toward this time of the year last year. Where now we're getting guys back. So I'm loving what we're seeing on the injury front. Kerry says I heard that Jack Campbell and Barnes are on special teams. I wouldn't be doing that. No, Campbell was on special teams. Sometimes you need your short tacklers out there on special teams, man, just because of the fact that they got to get guys to the ground. And if the other guys aren't doing it, man, they're going to put some. If you can't get in there and make some tackles, you're definitely going to be hurting. All right. Jack Campbell is a beast. Absolutely, man. I love that goal line play what happened last week. Man, on that 2-point conversion, man, he just stuffed that running back. He just was not going anywhere. Campbell just said, "No, sir, you are not welcome here." All right, Lopez has been a pleasant surprise. Cool to find out he was recommended by Ragnar and Freddie. You know what? Yeah, I did see that, man. Brent DeWitt, and salute to you always once again, my fellow veteran. Yeah, Lopez. I like Lopez, man, and he's eating up some of the playing time for that young fella. But I think that he will be. I think we'll get the big fella Tyleik Williams in the game some this week as well. I think we need to because he's a key to our run defense. All right, he can squat the piano. Man, I'm not messing with you. Who could do crazy, man? With their left tackle out, we have a place to run. Okay. Okay, to get it after the pass. Okay, to hit that pressure, the pass rush. Okay, hey, you know how we get down on Fridays, man. It is, it's 30 minutes or less like the old school Dominoes, man. If you haven't done so already, please follow the crew on your favorite social. Let me get this banner out of the way. Let me get this comment out of the way. Excuse me. Follow us on your favorite social media platforms, man. Of course, you can check out my man, the Wolverine Coach Mike Jones, on here all of his channels. I post content from this show on all of my social media platforms, including this live is also streaming on my Facebook, Kurt Steele 14. And of course, check out my man LL Couturns on his Instagram page. Go check out. It was Thursday yesterday, so make sure you go and check that out, man. He had a great time over there on Thursdays on his Instagram channel. Hey, have a great weekend. Lions play Sunday Night Football. I know it's going to be waiting all day. It's going to be a long day, too, because football starts in the morning for breakfast. So Make sure you hang out and watch football all day. If you are a Michigan Wolverine fans, our guys play on Big Noon Saturday tomorrow, so make sure you go in there and check that thing out and go blue all day. To all of my veterans, man, I hope you had a great Veterans Week. There's more deals going on right now, so go and take advantage. They are just on Veterans Day, so make sure you check out because I'm telling you, that lasts all week for us to have some free meals and some good freebies for the rest of the week or sometimes even the whole month. If you're having a good day, make sure you spread the joy to someone else, man, because you never know when a small kind word can change someone's outlook on the day or even their life. If you're not having a good day, please don't steal no one else's joy. And of course, as always, whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. This is Kurt Steele, and I will holla at you real soon.